Bam! What do we got going on here today?
We're going to be welding up and installing a CageWRX cage on the Pro.
Super shorty cage. This thing is going to be racing this year. We'll do the RZR and maybe some other series. But basically, he's got his front bumper. I think that'll count.
Actually, putting a different one on.
Oh, you are putting a different one
yep.
on. Okay, so he's got some lights on there. He's got some upgraded shocks. Who did those?
Diamond E. It was like E2 out of Tennessee.
Okay. I've got some sliders on this thing. He just put a back bumper on here. Ooh, the custom exhaust ain't nobody seen yet.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Buddy. She's shiny.
We whipped that up, I don't know, a couple weeks ago when we went to the Badlands, but there's the CageWRX cage box. We're going to open that up. We're going to time lapse. We'll try to cut in here and there. Basically, he's got some 32-inch carnivores he's going to run.
Yeah, I just need wheels because I want to get bead locks.
Right.
Get rid of these factory ones, you know, use these as spares.
Yeah, here's these shocks. So basically it's springs and revalved, and
actually, I think they're lowered too. They're actually about an inch.
Little shorter?
Little inch shorter for, because the guy did do short course racing with them, so little lower.
And if you guys that are watching don't know who this guy is right here, that's where the gold two-seater came from. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but the two-seater is getting there. It's on point. Got to get that color under control, but other than that, it's just a cold winter day here, so we're going to try to knock some stuff out, and yeah. Alright, let's see what's in this bad boy.
I'm excited.
Yeah, we also forgot to mention this thing's got like a, I don't know, WRS 230 tune?
229 tune.
229 tune.
WS, yeah.
So it's a Whelen speed, basically 229 horse to the rear tires.
Yeah, once you've deleted the factory muffler, do the dial in the clutch.
Yeah, some charged pipes and whatnot.
Yep, all that good stuff.
So the ends are sealed up too. There you go.
So many staples.
How they kept it together from California. I think that's where they're out of. There you go. So I've dealt with this company before, and normally all their stuff is like CNC notched and bent components, so everything goes together super well. Like right here.
Already cut.
So this got a little tit right here, and basically it locks into the side of another pipe. I have to show you as we go, but basically it's super awesome, super legit, and I have no complaints. So we're gonna go ahead and try to get the bungs out, all the brackets out. We'll bolt them all on the machine, and then we can start laying some pieces. Alright guys, so he's switching out a GoPro battery right now. We've been doing time lapse. We just moved it to the front. Man, there were some long intrusion bars. That is a big windshield.
Yeah, the Pro is.
I don't know if I've ever seen a bigger windshield. Like, that is a lot of view.
Yeah.
For sure. Alright, so basically, let's see if I can show you here. So basically, this is e-drawings, and I can just look and know right where every piece has got to go, and it's super nice. But if you zoom in, it gives you a number, P3. So that's that pipe, and wherever it shows that number is where that logo is located on the pipe, basically, that number. It's super nice. Everything is notched, so you can zoom in and see the notches. There's a notch right there, and basically it lines all these pipes up. And so I just take ratchet straps and ratchet strap each piece into place as we go, and it locks it in there and it gets a shape. Once we get all the pieces locked in and we square it up and everything starts to look true, that's when we'll start tack welding everything. But sometimes you gotta jack underneath the middle of the machine to try to make the doors open and close a little bit better. There's a lot of things that you got to take into play here, but it's super shorty, or the CageWRX cages. I've done this is my third CageWRX cage, and they're super legit. Some other companies you have to redo the notches and you don't have any directions.
These ones are labeled, you know.
Yeah, no,
it goes right into place.
Super awesome. So I really like doing these cage kits compared to other ones. And you guys have seen multiple videos on doing different ones, but like right now this pipe is popped out right here. It's not into place yet, but we're trying to pull it all together from the front to the back. So we'll get there and it'll all fit in by the time we get to the back. But we still got 2 more bars right here and some gussets, and then yeah, we still got quite a bit more to go. Alright guys, so we've got all the bars in. Some of them are just taped and held in place. Most of them are ratchet strapped and held in place. I like the intrusion bars in the rear and these little gussets up front. Other than that, everything is in. It's got big nice bungs right there that bolt on. Got these nice brackets here. They get welded. Same thing up here. Big nice bungs. But honestly, I think it's time to drag the welding blanket out and drape this sucker. Try to get some heavy tacks on this thing so that we can take it off and finish weld it off of the machine. So that's the plan here. We were just playing around with some window nets, seeing how that would work out. Old Daniel, the sender, showed up. But that's where we're at. We're going to go ahead and start doing that. We'll show you that on time lapse. Alright, so we got everything tacked up and installed. So, got Joel and bolt in the backside.
So, get ready to take her off.
Yep. We're going to try to see if we can make the stock roof work, but I don't think it's going to. We got this front end bolted here. But I can't get over how big that windshield is. That's the biggest view I've ever seen.
Yeah, 17. Should be the same. Get it 17. Yeah.
Got our mounts welded in. They're just good and tacked, good enough for now. we'll get her off, and once it's off, put it on jack stands and go from there. He had one bolt that was kind of messed up over there.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah. I like this job. Like, I get why Will wants to hold the camera all the time.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. Watching everyone else work.
A break from wrench turning.
Yeah.
You know? Why not? Why don't you get to have a break once in a while?
So she's coming off. We're gonna set the cage off to the front, lean it up against the toolbox, and then we're gonna get the machine out of here and put it on jack stands and start finish welding this sucker back up.
Oh, damn, 4-inch bolts.
So I've took a lot of cages off and the machine sag in the center, and Joel took this cage, the stock cage off, and he couldn't get the doors to open and close. He was shocked at how much it sagged.
It did too.
It was a lot. I'm like, yeah, you'll have to reset that with a jack and try to realign everything as you weld the cage together. So we got everything operating, and then the cage kind of fell right into place. We had to jack it up to get it to line up.
Yeah, that's how the other one got flat. 5-inch bolt.
Nah, it's gonna look good. You really needed a cage though, for sure. So did Daniel. Everyone's seen you ripping out there on a stock cage. That cage was a good upgrade for you.
it looks a lot better.
It does look a lot better.
I just did it for cosmetics.
Oh, okay. All right.
Had to give it a different look.
I haven't rolled, so.
I think Dirt Fest says otherwise. Or Tennessee, when you ain't showed me the picture yet. Alright, so don't mind the furnace, it's running, but the cage is off, and we're getting ready to go ham on it. We got a lot of other stuff to do to it. We got window nuts, we got roof tabs, we got light bar tabs, light mounts, all sorts of different stuff. So
Power's out.
I figure we update you and let you know that the power is out.
Is out.
So we're on the hospital grid, so normally we're not without power long. So let's see how long this takes.
JB welded it.
Dragging too much current out here. Now we went in for dinner and came back out and no power. Alright guys, so the power's been out for, I don't know, 3 hours. We had some lights going out here off the Milwaukee battery. That one. Ended up putting my tool roll together and tried to start making a roof. I made some trace marks out here in the dark, but didn't have no way to cut it. So we're gonna flip this cage back over and try to finish up welding this. All right, guys. Sorry for the delay on the update with the power being out for, I don't know, whatever it was, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's kind of late, and we're just trying to get stuff done because we got to get window nuts done and a few other things done tomorrow, and then Joel's got to drive 4.5 hours home, 4 hours home. So basically, we're whipping them up a roof. We ripped them up some roof tabs, got those welded in. I'm just gonna clean up this edge and make it a little bit straighter around the corners. Mount that. Daniel is taking apart this light bar because I like taking those L brackets off and drilling and tapping the end right there, and it works perfect to use a different style mount that we have. So we're gonna get that mounted up tonight. I don't know what else you gotta get on this cage. Joel took a nap earlier while we were sitting in the house freezing, waiting for the power to turn back on. This dude passed out.
It felt
Just
great.
out of nowhere.
Me and
just
Daniel
gone.
sitting there watching YouTube. Everyone else in the house is passed out, covered up, cold. It probably got down to about, I don't know, 52 degrees or something in the house. It was probably 40 something in the garage.
Yeah, it was getting a little chilly.
Yeah, for sure. He was in a cold coma. All right, what else we got? The light bar and this roof and window nuts, right?
Winter nets, yeah. I don't know. I was thinking maybe like a tab for
Well, that's extra. You're asking for a lot right now. What do you want?
just to weld on a couple tabs for them number plates for racing.
I actually have another idea you might really like.
Zip ties.
No, not zip ties.
Ties.
So they make a basically a hose clamp. It's not a hose clamp though. It's basically it's
hose
a
clamp
steel
with
band with rubber around it, and basically it has a bolt, and basically it'll go right around there nice with steel and rubber, or aluminum or stainless steel or whatever they're made out of.
Right.
And basically they just drape off of there.
Oh, off the
Bar.
itself.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
that's how I'm doing my number tags on mine.
Yeah, I'll probably do that. I mean, I got a couple extra because the plastic's got a different mounting on this cage, so I
Right.
can use those.
Well, it'll be
clamps to do
something
that.
very similar to the stock ones that you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what I'm going to use for the 4-seater is basically something like that. I'm going to order some 1 3/4 ones because that's what you'll need as well.
Yeah.
And I'm going to run like 3 to hold my number plate. So if we did like one here, and one here, that'd be more than enough.
Right. Right.
So-
we need a pretty good sized number plate, especially for this Red Bull run that we got.
You're giving away all of our secrets.
Shoot. Yeah.
It's all right. It's all right. All right. Well, we're going to get back to it. Time lapse is rolling. All right, guys. So the roof turned out pretty legit. Hammered edge, bolted down, ready to go. Got a chase light on here. Alright guys, so it's the next day, and we've got to build some window nut brackets. Basically, a bunch of random hardware. We got to chop it and weld it and make it work. So that's what we're going to do now. Alright guys, so we flipped the machine around. We did make the window net, which you guys probably seen on time lapse, but nobody sells window nets for these machines unless it's like a stock cage, stuff like that. So I've made, I don't know, I guess this is the second set I've made now. Basically it's an eye bolt welded to the cage here, and then a lot of the parts it comes with is cut down. So basically this rod, I took and bent this rod and we cut the net and riveted the net back together, where with like mine I was able to keep it square, but we just made up these brackets. We still have to weld that. I forgot about that. So we'll have to take it back off one more time. So the latch mechanism, the eye bolt, and then let's look inside. So basically a little bracket I drilled. So this is an aluminum frame, so I drilled and nut serted it, and then I was able to thread a bolt in this bracket. Then we come over here, and to try to keep it tucked, because the whole thing is tucked back along the edge of the frame. Basically I took another rod, came straight down here to a heavy duty washer that is then nut serted into the frame. I mean, this stuff ain't going nowhere. So super happy with how that turned out.
Yeah, it looks really good.
We have to remember to weld that.
Yeah.
So everything else over here is welded, but we can unbolt that, and it's clipped on and tight. So the window net would have came over here, and it wouldn't have sat right. So we needed it on this side of the hinges.
Yeah.
So we needed it on that side. So it kind of worked out pretty good. So no, I'm super happy with that. So now we're on to the driver's side, and there ain't nothing on it yet, but we got everything. I don't know where you put all them pieces.
Right here.
So all these pieces are all cut and ready to go. Like the brackets that come with, we cut down. This is ready to go. This bracket is another bracket we're gonna use. We gotta trim a corner. Here's the nut certs, and I have a tool for that. And yeah, so basically that's everything in a nutshell, ready to go. We're getting ready to do this side, so you guys will see that.
Nuts.
So
Pretty nice.
both sides are done.
Quick release, throw her down.
Lay it down there. So that's what's cool about these is
We can lay it down with the
this
door.
thing lays down with the door, and it's basically completely out of the way. I mean, you can see it disappears. Same thing on the other side, but basically it's just two bolts right here and
Right there.
right there. We'll get rid of the whole system except for your latch and your eye.
Yep. And they're completely out of the way. Like
Yeah, nothing's in the
not
way.
bothering you at all.
So the custom road work sign roof, custom window nets, which I like how we had to cut this. I didn't really want to cut the window net, but basically we washered the backside. Worked out perfect. So now, trying to do this one-handed here. You're locked in. And yeah, so cage, the roof, the window nets are done. So I think we're out of here on this video. Appreciate you guys watching.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We got a lot more coming. We got a race in February. I'd like to do this ice race here in the next couple days. I think it's the 22nd of January, but I don't know if that's going to happen yet. I still got 2 machines ripped apart. Technically 3 machines ripped apart, but like, share, subscribe. It's the easiest way to help support us. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and see you guys next time.
Freezing.
Yeah, what did you say it was? -6? -8? Something like that.
Wind chill's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy windy, super cold.
Stayed in the camper. It was about to blow over last night. It was crazy.
Yeah, there's like 40-mile-an-hour winds out here. It's nuts out here.
So we got a Red Bull race. It's a Red Bull Snow Scramble. It's very similar to like the RBUR.
Yep. Same course.
Same course, same place, twisted trails off-road. And
Obviously, it's going to be slick out there because it's covered in snow. So
it's going to be a lot slower.
yeah, a lot slower, a lot more accidents, a lot of people sliding off the course, I'm sure.